people staying in two different parts of the house and our lifestyles are totally separate, then why should I sit here and continue to pay bills for something and you're not doing anything?
Right.
So you're going to have to pull your weight, all 300 pounds of it, because
that's
I'm
a lot of
not
weight.
going to keep doing it.
Absolutely. I agree.
And either she's going to meet him halfway on this, or she's going to probably give him pushback. But when the cards are canceled, the cards are canceled.
So what, she not going to get up?
She might.
That's the only way that you're going to get her off her duff. As long as you just allow her to spend and stock up things and not be clean and not cook, that's too much.
I would just have a moment and just like get one of those portable dumpsters that you can get like from Home Depot. And like, you know, they're like, and you call them to come pick it up. I think waste management.
I'm telling you, I would
it.
get that cleaned up and
I'm tell you
cleaned
what
out.
happened. I would go in there. I'm going to tell you how postal I would be. I would go in that room and that closet and anything that didn't have any real value to it, I would chuck that. I'm serious. I'd be like, here it is. We have a house and you're just sitting here not taking care of something. You're not cleaning anything.
No,
that's just, it's not healthy for anybody. I would be kind of mean about this. But here's the thing too, though. I wouldn't dance around the subject, though.
No.
I don't believe that not addressing the issue, like what he did mention, he didn't really say anything about love.
No,
he didn't
say that. Clearly, that's been out of the window.
I'm just saying
that's out of the window.
He didn't mention that he didn't love her anymore. He's just pretty much. He said, I would love to have a divorce. It's too expensive. And given the amount of time they've been married, it probably means that she'd be part of his pension if he has that kind of stuff.
Right.
And they'd have to split everything down the middle. But if she was smart, she'd realize the situation that she's in. She's not in a position to take care of herself because he's doing everything. But we would sit down and have a heart-to-heart and be like, look, I'm not happy like this. This is not what I signed up for. Now, nobody's perfect, but I'm not okay with the fact that you sit here all day and don't do anything and I go to work. You won't clean the house. Like there's a give and take with this.
Meal?
You won't cook a meal.
Crazy,
there's a give and take to this, and it's not saying that because
and what are you eating? That's what. What are you eating?
What I really want to know is you're
eating something
before I get home.
Right. You are cooking something.
Somewhere in the back of that closet is a mini fridge and a microwave. Here's the thing. He's allowed this to go on too long. Yeah. I mean, now granted, we don't know her side of the story. We only
don't have a side of the story.
No, there's two sides to every story. There is.
It is.
We don't know how we got to this point. We don't know. For all we know, here's the thing. Based on some of the things,
what could her side of the story
let me just say this, and I'm not trying to pin a mental illness on anybody, but a lot of times when you see people like this that fall into filth and they don't take care of themselves, there's usually some form of depression underlying.
Sure.
So what we don't know is, okay, if she didn't start out like this,
right? This is what I'm saying. What if they did? Right.
What's going on? So see, I said, well, he didn't tell us in the letter. I mean, you don't go from being happy and cheerful and we get married to all of a sudden I balloon into like, Oompa Loompa.
Right.
And I'm stocking things in the closet.
No, something clearly happened, and it could be a form of depression, but you can't let her stay there. You got to pull her out of it.
But that's my thing. And so the response for me can't be, well, purely she's happy. I don't know that she is happy living like this. And I really believe, honestly, that he needs to address it. And I'm not saying, now, this might be irreparable damage. Maybe they can't fix their marriage.
No.
But clearly something is wrong when a person gets to this point.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like she's a hoarder. I mean, seriously, like she's a hoarder. She's shopping. She's stockpiling stuff. She's not bathing. It smells. Yeah. I mean, these are all signs of usually people that have something wrong with them.
Yeah.
And it should have never honestly been allowed to go
this far.
This is
20 years.
And I'm going to be funny. And you don't need to write somebody a letter to get an answer.
No.
You need to walk across the house.
He knew when he was writing this what the answer to this solution was. He knew, all right, bummed out, you got to cut off all cards.
But yeah, first conversation, if you need to manage your finances,
she needs a job.
You got to have a conversation with her.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to have a conversation. You have to swipe it if you... I dare you to swipe it.
Because you're married. And
swipe it.
That's not the way marriage works.
Look,
not healthy ones, and this is an unhealthy one.
This is not a healthy marriage.
I know, but if you're trying to right some wrongs.
No, this is War of the Roses now.
Yes, she's not going to put that much effort into it.
See, I would this is War of the Roses now. We are separate. We live separate lives in separate parts of the house for 20 years. I don't have to be nice to you anymore. Swipe it.
You don't have to.
Try.
But if you want to find some form of remedy to this, because here's the thing.
No, I got the remedy. Try to swipe it. See what's going to happen. Order something.
See, but you never... See, you're not being fair.
I am being fair. She's not being fair.
I'm not saying... No. I'm not saying that you shouldn't not deal with the debit. Yes, you need to cut our finances down. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. But I still think it needs to come with a conversation about this is why this is going to happen. I'm not trying to penalize you, but I don't know if you've seen our finances here. We're in debt. And it's in debt because you see all these purchases you made. So these cards are instantly done.
She knows that. You don't have to have that kind of conversation. She knows
You don't have to, but here's the thing. When you want to shoot from the hip and just do stuff right. She's not going to like the answer one way or the other. But at least he can say, I did things the right way. because this has been the wrong way for 20 years. Rob, right? How? Okay, you're the fella in this circumstance. What do you do? I'm serious, and don't give no weird answer either. Don't talk. Don't talk if you're gonna give me some kind of strange, odd answer. Then don't turn on the mic.
Don't talk.
But you're a guy. When you hear this, what do you say? Your buddy calls you up and confesses this all to you and says, "Man, Rob, I've been hiding this for like 40 years. What do I do? What's your advice?" Now you heard it to women. We're kind of split a little bit down the middle. What do you say to your buddy? What are you doing? Stop taking deep breaths and just answer.
That's what I would do. I'll take a deep breath because really, he would say, "How long have you known about this?" And then it'll be, it's between me and him, you know.
But he's like, "But I've been married to her for 40 years. We've been sleeping in separate rooms for 20 years. You know, you barely see her, so this is how she's changed." I mean, he explains all these things. As a guy, what do you say? Do you say, do you take her advice and say you need to cut off all the credit because you guys are in debt? I mean, how do you deal with, you still got to deal with the house smells. I mean, you can't make her lose weight. That's her choice.
Right.
But the situation, like the house, it smells.
Well, you just get a maid. Get a maid and just cut your ties.
Okay.
Cut your ties, get a maid.
Would you move out?
Yeah, I will move out.
See, this is what she's got to get up and fend for herself at some point.
Right. Honestly, Nikki, I think there's something wrong with her.
It is something wrong with her, but that can be remedied. You have no idea when you put the hammer down. People get like, "Oh, I'm not depressed anymore."
That's not that simple. That's
okay.
Because if pills can't fix,
bet you.
If pills
or get social with the show via Facebook and Twitter at The Maya Akai Show or Instagram at Maya Akai.
To watch and listen to see the happenings here in the studio, you can always go to the station website, www.wgsjbcradio.com, and you can click the live stream link and watch. Or
watch me get fired up.
That's right. Or you can actually click and go to Live 365. Everything is there. If you want the simple route, you can always just go to my Facebook page, The Maya Akai Show, and click the links there.
Yep.
All right, so we're in the food for thought segment of the show. That part where, it's things that don't have easy answers. But it's worth chewing on to figure out if we can maybe come to some middle ground. Because sometimes people have these real life situations and they just don't know what to do.
Right.
They feel stuck in the middle.
And I am here for you.
They want to do the right thing. And this is Nikki B's. This is her telling me what to do. So now, see, I'm trying to be the voice. She's the devil, and I'm like, look, don't do that. You're going to end up, coming up with a steak knife or something crazy. Listen to what she's talking about. Her remedies. But you know what? The first one, it's a complicated one. It's a spider web. It has a lot going on to it. Mm-hmm. Now, the second one, on the flip side, okay. I think there might be a different answer to this one.
Okay, let's see what this one is about.
So, dear Abby, my husband and I have a happy, well-adjusted, only child who shares and gets along with others. But a few family members continually comment that they are surprised he has these characteristics since he's an only child. They make negative remarks about only children in general and act as though he suffers because he doesn't have siblings. When they visit, they seem surprised that entertaining multiple people in our home with their children doesn't upset us and isn't unusual. I pointed out I have friends who have only children and they're happy, well-adjusted, successful adults. Yet the relatives continue to make hurtful comments. At Christmas, my sister remarked that she doesn't feel we are a real, end quotes, air quotes, family because we only have one child. I found it hurtful that this intelligent woman would say such a thing. What is the best way to respond to these remarks? I feel like I need to educate as well as inform them they need to stop hurting me. Happy with one. Now, what Dear Abby said on this was, a quick start on your road to recovery would be to recognize that relatives may make these snarky comments because they are jealous. The next time you receive what you interpret to be criticism because of the size of your family, tell these people you heard them. I can't even get it out. You heard them the first time they made their tasteless remarks, and not to repeat it again. Okay. Yeah, did she shoot too much from the hip or what?
No. This is a thing that's children. I can't talk about this because that would tick me off. Like my boundaries are my children. You don't have a right to say. You don't get to tell me how. I don't want to hear your opinion. Don't tell me how many children I can have. Don't tell me I can have